Morning everyone, welcome to DOdaily. Wake up to walk from a very wet River Trent. It's Des here of course, and about doing what I do every single week despite the weather conditions. It's great to be out attacking the day, looking forward to the weekend, reflecting on the week gone by, but just making the most of some time to come to terms with the day. Wake up feeling really tired today. Normally the case, isn't it? But legs really aching from that sprint work I was doing in this very spot last night. Take advantage of it wherever I can, but just pleased really. Normally I'd be moaning about my injury and it's just tweaked or something like that, but right now I'm just glad to have achy legs because I got out there and got in a good session. Belly's up, especially if I get back out there like I am now and just sort of walk it off a little bit. Another reason to be out and about first thing on a Friday morning. Just in general, I was just feeling really good about everything, really looking forward to coming out despite the weather. Mentioned it a few times already, it's what we tend to do, isn't it? But just really looking forward to getting out and looking forward to another really busy day. Again, a bit like a stuck record with that one, but even by my standards it's quite a busy one today. Got work, got a meeting, and then I'm off to the football this evening, to Sheffield, back to the scene of last week's part. Well, not quite, but not far from it. Big football match for Forest, something I'm really looking forward to. It's a big weekend in that sense. Game tonight, game on Monday. So whilst I really enjoy doing it, of course it takes time, but I'm not complaining. Really looking forward to what's in store with that, and a big event tomorrow as well, which I've got to make the final preparations for today. 20 or so of the Do Running guys have raised the funds for Notts County Foundation, which is just a little bit that way. Normally talk about the football club this way, but raised some funds by running the distance, quite epic, from Yeovil to Nottingham, or we will run that tomorrow, covering the distance from Notts County's opponents to the game tomorrow, and then we're going to go to the game together. So really enjoyable, that, really looking forward to it. Lots to go at. Sunday's no better in many ways. Get up for the running club, got a bit coaching before that as well, and then we're off to church to sort some stuff out for the wedding. So really busy weekend. So it's why I'm telling you all that in reality is it's even more important to get out now where I can find time. Of course I'll get plenty of activity in, and that's what I love doing, but today might be a little bit more tricky. And if I've set about what I'm doing, knowing it's going to be busy, ready for it to be busy, looking forward to the fact it's going to be busy, if I've set about it here where I can weigh it all up, understand the way it's going to be, process it, prepare it, break it down into smaller pieces, I know I'll be just fine at the end of the day. I'll hopefully be smiling for lots of reasons, but regardless I won't be too disappointed because I'll have done all the things I want to do and feel comfortable in the fact that I've got many of them ticked off and done, and then I can go again tomorrow. We always go again, don't we? It seems to be another cliche I use here, but that's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. Just before I look back at the week, just to show you where I am down by the river. And whilst it is wet and damp, it's still absolutely amazing. Really quiet this morning, as you might expect. Just bumped into someone and now actually running, so that was great to see. Look at that shot there. That's the suspension bridge here in Nottingham. Got some stunning photos of that. Probably took hundreds and hundreds over the time I've been doing this. But try and get another one today. Post that on the end. Always like to get a few pictures on a Friday morning. Again, just to add a different dynamic to what I'm doing. Whilst I am encouraging waking up to walk, get out for some activity for all those reasons I just said. You know, you can make different reasons for it. You can find different reasons to make it work for you. Not everybody is as into the activity as me or into as encouraging it as me, but I like to take photos on a morning like this. It's tricky, but in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure everything's going to improve. I was hoping to get somewhere a little bit different today, but it didn't quite work out. I like to sort of get somewhere new, explain what it's all about, where I'm at, try and find a few interesting facts. But as I always say when I'm here, when I default back to the river, which has happened most of the winter in all reality, it's really, really hard to find that window of lightness between daybreak and work. As they always say, it's absolutely stunning down here, you know, and what a place to be alone with your thoughts, attacking the day, you know, easing into things. It does wonders for the soul, believe me, especially when it's wet and windy. It's not windy today, it's not too bad. Normally, if it was like this, I'd be having my head blown off and I'd be struggling to get something put out, but thankful for small mercies, and today that's the fact. It's not really, really windy down here. But as I always say to people around me, they say to me, you're always around that river. As I always say, it's absolutely amazing at any point. It never looks the same twice. So wherever you are, if you've got somewhere like this, you know, don't take it for granted. It'd be so easy sometimes to do that. It'd be so easy to take this for granted and sort of not realise. I do sometimes, you know, until I sort of remind myself, or until I take something from it on any sort of given day. You see some amazing sunsets, you see amazing sunrises, and then all sorts of colours throughout the seasons. And like I say, everybody's probably got that somewhere. None of us live too far away from a country park or a nature reserve, or just something where you can sort of revert back to when you need to, when times tell you need a break or you need some time out, or just because you want to. And that's more important, isn't it? You know, I want to do this, be easy on days like today, to sack it off. I say, I'm not going out in the rain before work. But again, just as I was saying to the person I bumped into, we have to do it. It's part of our routine now, it's part of what we do, and it makes it all the better going forward. All those things I got to do, I'll find so much easier because I've done this. And trying to get that message across, not always easy. People are like, well, whatever. But believe me, it works. If it didn't, I probably wouldn't be doing it nearly 2 years in. And that's the point I'm getting to now with DOdaily. Really loving sort of enforcing this message. It is the same a lot of the time. But again, if people take something from it, just one person, it's a slow burner sometimes, but if one person takes something, subscribes, views, likes the video, do all those of course, right now, that's what it's all about. Just helping people in the smallest possible way I can. I can't change the world, but hopefully I can encourage somebody to make a positive change that works for them. Made a lot of those. If you watched Thursday Thoughts yesterday, quite an honest, deep answer to a question, you know, to a point where I went back to a really, really tough time. And that's all I'm trying to be, honest and relatable. And on a Friday, I always talk about how the week's been, and until a couple of weeks ago, it'd not been particularly easy, not been particularly difficult in reality. I will tell you if it's particularly bad, but it's not been easy. And this week, it's just been another one where I felt like I'm right on top of it. speak a lot about momentum building and how we can use that, to keep pushing forward. But I don't actually feel momentum's building now. I just feel like I'm up here, at a point where I'm ready to do anything, tackle anything, enjoy everything I'm doing. Nothing's getting to me too much. Of course, we're all human beings. I won't say nothing ever gets to me, because I'm not a robot. I have got feelings and I have got emotions. That's why I do this. That's why I speak openly and honestly. But I just feel like I'm absolutely flying. And when I can feel like that, nothing really matters. Like I say, even when we're not feeling great, little things like the rain on Wake Up to Walk might be an annoyance. It might be something that you think, oh God, I don't want to do that. Or getting out for a run or getting out for a walk. But again, all it does when I do it, and this is why I really, really encourage it, is it just picks you up even more. It just puts you in a better place. How many times have I said in the last few weeks, a run or a walk or a swim or whatever activity you choose, going out on the bike, can never make you feel worse. It absolutely can't. It can make you feel better, but it can't make you feel worse. Believe me, I know that 100%. And at a point, I had to dig in from that point where I was feeling rubbish. Absolutely. I was feeling a bit crappy and at odds with life. But now, it's just a case of using it however I can. I love a Friday morning, love getting out there. So if you can, guys, get out for a walk. In a week, which I've already mentioned has been great. Nothing to really get upset about. I started off, of course, just by sort of saying that, by working off that momentum that's been built. And it's just been a case of working through, dealing with one thing at a time. That's what we tend to do, isn't it? When we're on top form, we tend to deal with one thing at a time. And that's all I have, because you embrace it. You take it on. Through the coaching group, I mentioned that we're going to look at the very next action rather than look too far. So I'm all about goals and targets, don't get me wrong. I'm all about this kind of thing. But I'm also realising that when I'm feeling great, all we have to really worry about is what's coming next, because after that, everything just falls into place. For me, on a Friday, once I've done Wake Up to Walk, everything just falls into place, and that's all it's about. Really, really looking forward to the weekend. Hope you have a fantastic one. I've actually walked a little bit further than I thought I would. I've ended up further around the Trent. Got to get to work now, set about all those things I mentioned at the start of the episode. But like I say, have a fantastic weekend. Get out, get plenty of activity. Enjoy what you're doing. Really, really get enthusiastic about it. I'll be shouting and cheering at the football tonight like a little kid, but I don't care. If being happy is a bad thing, then I'm an horrible person. But at the end of the day, I know I'm not. So until Monday, guys, take care. As I'll say it yet again, have a great weekend. Said it 3 times and I mean it. Do it. Just doing it.